up, guys? Weston here, bringing you my 3-week update on testosterone. My voice is kind of a bit lower than it would typically be, because I'm doing this kind of early in the morning, and my voice is usually kind of lower in the mornings, so although my voice has gotten lower, I don't think it's really quite gotten this much lower. This past week, it's almost felt like I had like something stuck in my throat, or like a cold coming on. I just keep clearing my throat, and there's really not much to clear out. But as I do, my voice just kind of has lowered a little bit, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, there's really not a whole lot of changes physically this past week, but I would say the majority of the things that I noticed were, I guess, more psychological. It's a really difficult thing to explain, but my thoughts are sort of processing differently. I know I've mentioned that before, but it's really on a whole different level now. I'm reacting to things, I guess, in a very similar way as I used to before, but I have very different emotions about those reactions. My emotions have definitely been very different. Instead of getting sad about things, I get upset. I've definitely been more agitated and angry than usual. So it's like, instead of getting sad, I'll get angry, which has been really, it's been really weird, to be honest. This last week has been kind of strange, more so the last few days of my hormone week, and even kind of spilling into the first day or two. I actually did my shot on Wednesday, and it's Friday morning now, so yeah, it's actually been kind of a rough week psychologically, but I know that it is kind of just part of the process. Not every aspect of this is going to be exciting and rosy, so this is kind of just one of those things that I'm going to have to adjust to, and it is just kind of a period to go through. So, let's see. One other thing that actually is a physical thing I've noticed. I don't get cold as easily. I'm usually, those of you that know me pretty well know I'm cold like all the time. It can be 75 outside and I need a jacket, but lately it's gotten where I'm not as cold. My hands and feet are still cold a lot, but I don't feel as cold. I'm not shaking violently when it's, like 40 degrees outside or whatever, even bundled up. Usually I'm just dying, but it hasn't been as bad, so that's been really nice. I hope that kind of continues to improve. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. There's really not a whole lot to talk about for this week. Like I said, most of the things have been more on the psychological end, and just trying to adjust to all of that. But I do appreciate those of you that have been supportive. Oh, that just reminded me. Okay. I went to a gender conference this past weekend that was focusing on transgender individuals, and I was lucky enough to have a bunch of friends come with me to that. We all got up early on Saturday and had breakfast and went together to this conference. And I felt like we all learned quite a bit. It was a really interesting experience to get to see a lot of other trans people and hear their experiences and their feelings, and it's really reassuring to, I guess, hear about other people's experiences and hear how closely they match my experience or how similar my experiences have been. And I don't know, that, I guess, trying to be more involved in that community has been helpful for me, and having those friends that came with me, I'm sure you're all probably watching this at some point. I'm really grateful to you guys for supporting me in that way, and coming to the conference to learn more about this. And I think it's beneficial in a number of ways, not even just with regards to trans people, but even just the notion of being accepting of people that are different from us, and even when it's something that we don't really understand. So that really meant a lot to me, that I had so many friends here that wanted to come with me and support me on that whole thing. So thank you to those of you that did that, and I guess that wraps it up for this week. So I'll try not to be late next week. I'll try to be on top of that. But I hope you all have a good week, and I'll just catch you guys next time.